Despite his popularity, some pundits wonder if Trump can appeal to middle-of-the-road voters and Democrats and beat Hillary Clinton in a head-to-head matchup in November. Here's News 5's Peter Albrecht with a look at that through the numbers of our latest exclusive News 5 strategy poll.
Death, taxes, and Alabama voting for the Republican presidential candidate. Those are three things you can count on. In fact, in the last 13 presidential elections, only one Democrat, Jimmy Carter, has carried the state. Independent George Wallace did it, but the other 11 races have gone to the Republican candidate. We decided to see how well Donald Trump would fare if he were the Republican nominee and the election were held today against the presumed Democratic nominee, Hillary Clinton. It's not a surprise he would win, but by how much and with what type support? Right now, Trump beats Clinton with 68% of the vote. Pollster John Gray says that's an impressive number.
There's a lot of questions about whether or not Donald Trump can compete against Hillary Clinton, and there's no question he's competing.
Looking at the last three presidential elections, Republicans won in Alabama with between 60 and 63%. George Bush got 62.5%, John McCain 60.3%, Mitt Romney 60.6%. In fact, since the Civil War, only two Republicans have done better than Trump's current 68% mark. Barry Goldwater in 64 with 69%, and Richard Nixon in 72 with 72%.
This time, I'm going to do it myself.
To do so well, Trump has to have some support from the middle and from the left. In our poll, 13% of Democrats say they'd cross party lines and vote for Trump over Clinton. On the other side, just 6% of Republicans say they'd vote for Clinton before Trump.
You see an appeal with Donald Trump, but I also think you see a negative with Hillary.
Among those identifying themselves as independents, Trump is the overwhelming choice, polling more than 2/3 of the vote. Gray says, and that's without Trump even appealing to the center, something he's sure will happen if Trump gets the nomination.
What we see today is a measurement of Donald Trump, the man who wants to bar all Muslims from entering the country, and Mexico, we're going to make them build that wall. Tough talk. This is tough talk Donald, bringing 13%. Wait till we see a moderate, middle-of-the-road Donald who's trying to appeal to middle voters. You're going to get more than that number.
In our statewide poll conducted by telephone, 56% identified as Republicans, 27% as Democrats, and 17% as independents. Peter Albrecht, News 5.